Hey, this is Connor on Connor's Retribution Analysis, and I've been feeling inspired. Specifically inspired by Tim Banky and his Forges list. So I made my own version of it. I've been wanting to try him in Forges for a long time, but never gotten past the list building stage because as soon as I build the list, it just instantly goes into the hot trash box. Just right over there, hot trash. But I just want to pull the trigger, so I'm gonna try it, and we're gonna see what happens. And it's exciting and fun, and I think it's pretty bad still, but let's give it a try. So I'm up against Ashlynn and Llaise's Resistance with some Crucible Guard Combat Arcanists and a whole bunch of Rocketmen. That Mangler way over here on the left, that dude is indeed a nomad. So, yeah. No, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. This nomad is actually a Mangler. Yep, okay, I got that straightened out. On my list, all my chimeras are actually Gorgons, and everything is what it is. And the idea is I've got a whole bunch of sprays. I've got Road to War, I've got Pathfinder, I've got Moros for Assassination Run. Phoenix is pretty decent when he goes really far as an arc node. Manticore with Cover and Fire template and a good beater. And I feel like Mortality will crank up a lot of the sprays and the guns. And then also sprays to clear myself off on feet turn. There's just a lot of little weird potential things that could be good that I want to test out with this list and see if it actually is worth, putting out there. Because I'd love to make them work in Forges. I run small battle groups. The bigger the game gets, the worse I play, I feel like. And I do best in Forges. Even if Forges isn't the best theme, that's where I play the best. So, having said that, he goes first and gets up the board. He asks what my threat ranges are, and I give him absurd numbers, and then he is left to interpret what's actual threat ranges and what's not actual threat ranges. So, first thing I would like to do is shoot Gorman with a Phantom Hunter shot. But he has stealth, so instead I shoot this Arcanist over here, and Garryth goes up the board and then repos to right behind the wall, and I think that's where I want to chill out. And I feel like I should be pretty safe there. Against these Rocketmen, my plan is to get in the trench and have Discordia in the trench and have a whole bunch of jacks all around Discordia and enjoy that +2 bubble. And I think he will lack the raw damage with his Rocketmen to do anything and achieve anything. And then keep my Arcanist absurdly far back because of how far quickened with the +2 speed order Rocketmen go. Over here, it's pretty easy. Just get up the board and put Moros in a spot that's somewhat threatening. So here we are. His turn. He almost immediately is thinking, I don't really like this for armor cracking, so I'm going to try and just quickly end the game on assassination. And my eyes kind of bulge, and I'm like, really? How? And because I felt like I was pretty safe. I mean, he's behind a wall and he's on a 3 camp. So he's a 21-14. I mean, 14 is not the greatest armor stat, but the defense is pretty dang good. And he doesn't have any armor debuffs or status effects or anything like that because I killed the third dude here, so there's not going to be any ice cage. He has to land them. So he takes Crucible Guard dude, runs him right next to Garryth, takes Ragman, walks him up under Ashlynn feet, throws a grenade. It hits the Combat Arcanist and blinds Garryth. So the defense 21 is now a defense 17. And then he's got Ashlynn feet. These guys, Thorn gun mages come up. And he's worried about blocking line of sight with this Combat Arcanist that was right in the way. So one dude just shoots the Combat Arcanist and then he takes another shot at Garryth and misses. The second dude, he does double barrel, calling Thunderbolt. He hits and he crits, so Garryth would be knocked down and pushed back. So I definitely shield guard that shot because that sounds horrible. And then he's kicking himself because he's like, why did I double barrel? I could have more chance at Thunderbolt crits. He brings up his other dude who also hits but does not crit. And yeah, Garryth, because he needs to hit a 10 and he needs to be able to select the dice that will make a crit. So, I mean, 5-5 is the ideal result, but it just doesn't always work out. He does hit, I think, with either one or two of his other shots. And doesn't get the crit on Thunderbolt. So on Garryth. So Garryth is still standing. I think his damage rolls were trash, and I took like 4 damage or something like that. And I didn't shave any of them, I want to say. So now it's up to all of these guys over here. So all the Rocketmen come flying over the house, and he gets 5 shots on Garryth, who's at 12 armor and 3 camp. They're POW 10s with some grenade shots that are POW 12s. He connects with enough of them to bring Garryth down to 1 box and on fire, because one of these shots over here, or one of the first guy's shots, his second shot on Garryth lit Garryth on fire. So I can't remember how this worked out. I felt like the math was pretty safe in my favor. I was really surprised to even get to this spot. But I mean, you throw a lot of dice at things and things happen. I'd like to calculate out the assassination odds, but I don't ever remember him dice spiking on damage rolls or to hit rolls. So, I mean, it must have been okay odds. Veteran leader from Ashlynn really helped, who she was right behind the house over here. And yeah, we are right here, and Garryth is on fire. So yeah, it's going to be a feat turn, and I'm going to see what I can do. Mostly what I do is try and keep Garryth alive. But before that, Discordia backs up from a road to war, which was caused by, I want to say, Moros coming over here and killing, I think, 2 of these guys. And then Discordia rode toward back, sprayed over the top of all these guys, got rid of these 2 Rocketmen. And then Phoenix came up and combusted and killed the 4 of these, and is my peace trade, which is a horrible peace trade, and I feel really dumb for doing this, but here we are. Yeah. Gorgon comes over here and sprays, boosting all of them to hit, and everything's getting loaded up with lots of focus from those arcanists back there. He misses. He had a road to war, so he was a 7, and he needed and they were a 16, so he needed 9s to hit, and he missed both of the 2 that were on Garryth. But he killed the combat arcanist. And this is really bad. And I've already activated these guys and killed them and charged the Gorgon into this Toro, who hit and or he missed his boosted charge attack roll, needing a 5, which Ashlynn's feat makes boosted to hit rolls actually not very good. Like she really, there's a big difference under an Ashlynn feat of a defense 10 Nomad and a defense 11 a Toro. Needing 5s and 4s on Ashlynn's feat is a significant difference. But anyhow, this is really bad because Garryth wants to run away, or he wants to basically feat and then repo to somewhere safer behind a jack wall where I can't get killed by melee or anything like that now that Ashlynn's feat's over. But her feat is still up, so if I take a free strike, there's a good chance one of them kills me with I think all they need. No, because they could have done the free strike with a gravity bomb, got the +2 to hit, but they wouldn't have the boosted damage. So they probably would have hit me with a POW 12. It would have been dice off 2, so if they rolled an 8, they could have killed me between the 2 of them. It seemed like a bad idea. And one of my debates this game, and hopefully you guys can clear this up for me. Also, I rolled off the fire. Forgot to say that the fire went away. Whew, otherwise, I would have most definitely died. If he could roll a 3 on 2 dice, I would have died. Does fire go out first, or do I get healed by the objective first? Because that was something I was debating. I decided to roll fire and see if it even mattered before we looked up the rules, and then we forgot to look up the rules. I know they both happen in the maintenance phase. I just don't know which happens first, and I don't know if there's an order to things in the maintenance phase. I want to say there is, and I bet if I look through the rule book, it'll be there. I'll probably do that after this video. Anyhow, Garryth, I think he just spins and keeps both of these guys in melee. And I can't remember if I stab any of them or not. Oh, Eiryss tried to shoot Gorman and failed, which was really, really, really lame. And Moros rode to ward, so he's engaging Gorman, so hopefully I don't get assassinated again. And here we are. Yep, that's more or less what happened. Garryth is on a lot of camp. And, yeah. So here's how this goes down. He wants to put Mangler into Garryth, and all he needs to do is hit him once. That's his plan. To do that, there's a force lock Gorgon. So this Mangler over here comes over here and tries to beat the crap out of Gorgon. Fails pretty epically. He can't roll sixes. He just keeps missing 6 after 6 after 6 after 6. What's his face? Thorn gun mage walks into melee with his Gorgon and then tries to thunderbolt crit knock down the Gorgon. Hits but does not get any crits. However, does take out the generator, so force to lock no longer applies. I can't remember if Gorman got the blind bomb off on Garryth. At one point, Gibbs took a shot at the objective. He hit the objective, and I shield guarded it over to here, so that way Eiryss doesn't die. And then I remember he's looking at, okay, I need to go. It's time for me to go for this assassination run on Garryth. And he mutters something out loud to himself. What else am I forgetting? And I pip right up and I say, oh, Eiryss can shoot you and disruptor bolt you and take away all your focus so you don't get to boost on Garryth. And it's like, yeah, that's what I was doing. And almost immediately as I saw that, takes this Toro and runs him over here to engage Eiryss. And then Toro charges into or walks into Garryth with Quicken and puts Garryth into the dirt. So let's talk about Garryth a little bit. I liked this list. It was fun. I liked what it could do. I don't think it's competitive necessarily, but I do like the idea of it. I like its tools. I like how different it is. It's kind of janky and weird, and I think will surprise a lot of people. And I like just having a lot of sprays that are boostable and can benefit from mortality. And it can really be a lot of sprays. There are kind of Rat 5 sprays, but there is a weird thing you can do where you can spray and hit a jack or a beast or something and have it get -2 speed. And you can do that on their turn, so it's not something they're planning for, and it can mess up their order of activations. Didn't work out for me in this situation because this Gorgon got engaged by Anastasia coming off the sidelines. But that was something I was hoping to do to spoil his assassination run. So talking about Garryth, I'm getting assassinated a lot. And what it's boiling down to with Garryth is I don't ever move past his 7-inch walk and repo 5. I never go past that spot. Wherever that ends up, that's the spot he's going to be, and then I start repoing back into safer spots throughout the rest of the game. It's just not working out for me. He's dying. He's dying to all kinds of things. Shea Pirates, Ashlynn, you name it. Mostly I play a lot of mercenary games, but he's just dying too much. So going forward, I really need to focus in on what's going to keep him alive. And I think that's really all that I can play a little bit better on attrition with him, but I feel like I haven't had big glaring weaknesses in list building and in trials with Garryth on attrition. I've been playing pretty good with him and figuring him out, and I'm finally to a happy spot with Legions where I think I've got it pretty close to settled on what I'm playing in Legions. So I really do just need to figure out this whole not get assassinated thing. And that's probably in where I choose to be and what resources I put to protect him and various things like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.